I'm probably around 30 hours now at this point, and I'm not sure how much more I have to go in the main story. They kind of made it seem like this boss I'm about to face is the last one.
The how long to beat says about 70 hours. I don't know how true that is, but
Maybe not then. I have to. I'm in the island area.
yeah, that's where I am too.
I just finished all the quests there, the fourth area, I guess it is, and
Uh,
now I'm doing the expedition for the Gore Magala. Are you there yet?
no,
Okay.
I have one more mission to do in the island area.
Okay. Um, but they're like, yeah, this is it. You can do it. And everybody's sent me words of support, and then I tried to do it, and I just got whomped, which is weird because I really had no problem doing the rest of the quests, and then I get to that one, and I just got destroyed.
It's probably the type of situation where now you're gonna have to do a lot of grinding, but before you're able to actually beat that guy.
Yeah, I have some pretty good equipment. I'm mostly just focusing on defense, not really focusing on resistances at all. But I put a bunch of vitality jewels into my slots,
Yep,
um,
I did that too.
which gave me
Exactly.
a boost to health. And I've upgraded my hammer to the strongest hammer, and it adds ice elemental, the strongest one I can have anyway. And it adds ice elemental. I think it does like 624 damage or something like that.
Uh-huh.
Um, so my guy's in pretty good shape, but I tried that one and just got whooped. So I'm focusing on leveling up my palicos, and I'm also doing online stuff to raise my online hunter rank and
Uh-huh.
get some more resources to make some more equipment. Maybe work on my resistances for this battle against this beast.
There's a set of armor you can do you can get through doing the arena battles
Mm-hmm.
that has no negative for your resistances.
Ooh, I
So
like that.
that's a good one.
There's always a trade-off, though.
There is the defense is a little bit lower.
Yeah.
I think the defense on the chest piece is only like 20,
Okay.
where I think my chest piece has 30
Oh wow.
defense, but so like minus 4 for one of the resistances. I'm not sure. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
electricity.
Which, if you go up to a monster with electricity, can really,
Really whoop you.
yeah. But all the Palico stuff is the most recent, or the last thing I guess they really unlock for you. And I'm
Yep.
having a good time with that, doing the fishing mini game.
Yeah, I haven't done that yet. I just got to the point where you can have two palicos, your main palico, and then you pick another one with a different ability.
You can get one before that,
Okay.
because I got one, I think, in the first area, by downloading it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do that.
If you talk to the housekeeper in your home,
Yeah.
and just download all the stuff that's available for download, the free stuff.
Okay.
One of them is I think that's where I got it. One of them is the red Palico, which is pretty effective. It was nice to have two Palicos for most of the.
Yeah, see, I just got my second palico, and it's a healer, which is nice because it kept my health up
Oh,
Yeah.
that's all.
while I'm fighting.
Mm-hmm. Did you have you sent the Palicos out on expedition yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, that's another fun little thing you can do.
Yeah, I've been sending the street passes that I've gotten on expeditions on hunting missions, which is kind of cool. Which is Eric and the other person that drives by every day and does. I don't know if you get anything from that or not. I couldn't
I
tell
don't
you.
know.
I think
But-
so.
I didn't get a chance to play it at all this week.
Yeah.
I did do a couple of the arenas with some random person. I set up a gathering hall and listed that I was doing arenas, and somebody joined. And it was pretty fun. We were like 4 seconds away from getting an S rank in one of them, because it's all based on time. That's how well you're scored. We did 3 of them. One of them was DLC. Got A's on all of them, but one of them, like I said, we were 4 seconds away from an S rank,
It's frustrating.
which is frustrating. I'm not even sure if that does anything for you.
Maybe it gives you a better reward.
I guess. I mean, it's listed in your achievements on your guild card, but I don't think that has any tangible effect other than look at me.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah. But that was fun. And I'm up to Hunter Rank 2, which is the Hunter Rank is the online stuff.
Huh?
But if we ever, like, just decided one day we wanted to do a bunch of them, we could whip through the ranks pretty quickly.
Okay.
If that's something you guys would be interested in doing. It wouldn't take
Absolutely.
long.
I'm
Absolutely.
interested.
Because I love that game.
Yeah.
It's really, really fantastic.
It is really good. I play pretty much an hour every night before bed.
Mhm.
And then if I wake up and feel a little lethargic, I'll boot that up and play a little bit more.
It's usually enough to do like a hunt or two,
Yeah.
depending on which one it is, which is cool.
Yep.
It's nice that they're timed, so you don't. Well, most of them are timed. If you go on the expedition, that's not timed, but it gives you a time frame.
Mm-hmm.
So like me, I tend to just collect everything. You also have limited space.
Yeah.
Even if you collect a lot of stuff, like you run out of space. So if you're on a gathering mission, you can only get so much stuff before you have to end your mission.
Yep.
Which is good because otherwise I would just endlessly go around and collect everything.
Yeah. The OCD in you would
Exactly.
take over, and you just burn all your time collecting stuff.
Yep.
But I have a lot of items in my item box that are like I have over 2 stacks of them. Like
Yep.
99 in one stack, 99 in another, and then. But
Iron.
I'm just getting into making items that I haven't made before. Here's a tip that I haven't read anywhere when I was reading my tips. If you just go to your combo list
Yep.
and you can press on the question marks that are lit up, it will create that item for you rather than going to the item box and selecting an item and matching it with another item that's lit up. You can just go right to the list and make it that way.
That's how I've been doing it.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to do it that way.
Yep. But yeah, I really like the game and still having a lot of fun with it. I don't know after I beat the main story if I'm gonna hold on to it.
Right.
I don't know how much of an interest I have in doing all that grindy stuff just to have the best equipment.
Yeah, I'll probably do the same. I'll beat it. I'll probably keep it, just because you never know when you get that hankering for taking down a big critter.
Yeah.
I always have that hankering. Man.
I mean, because you can get your hunter rank. I've seen people in the hundreds for their hunter rank, and I'm like, what are they doing to get to that point?
I don't know, but people play that game for hundreds and thousands of hours.
I don't see it, honestly. I'm having a lot of fun with it, but I know once I beat the main story and do some online stuff until I get bored, I'll just trade it in.
Yeah, I'm with you.
There's that. I did force myself to get back into Dragon Age. It kind of sucks now because I've forgotten pretty much everything.
Yeah.
All the nuance. I just remember the basic bits of the story.
You're almost done, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm pretty much 100%ing it at this point, just making sure I have everything done before I continue on. My guy is basically you can't take his health down because the way I built him, it's all armor. He's a guardian or whatever, defensive warrior, sword and board, and he has just like really high defense armor and all the skills that boost his. What is it when your health bar turns to the steel? What's that called? Guard.
Yeah, that's like an extra armor bonus.
Yeah, it's all like his guard goes all the way up. So like I'm fighting dragons and my teammates die pretty quickly, burn through all my potions, and my guy just doesn't take damage. But he's also doesn't do a lot of damage. He doesn't give out a lot of damage. So it's kind of me just standing there holding down the auto attack till the dragon's dead.
That's kind of boring.
It is kind of boring, but it worked. I mean, my strategy worked. It's just not the most fun.
Yeah.
But
I'd still say if you're going to play a war in that game, go with the two-handed weapons.
Yeah.
That was a lot more fun to play.
Yep.
I had fun with that combat.
I did discover some. I have 100 hours in the game. I did discover something though that I didn't notice when I had played before I revisited the game. If you hold down, one of my skills is charge. If you hold down B, you keep charging. I thought you just pressed it once and have a little charge. That's kind of changed my world a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's funny how, I played that game for 90 hours or whatever and didn't realize that. And then I just recently picked it up again. And
surprise.
Something I pick up on.
Okay.
I talked about the Japanese language game. I don't really need to talk about that. But when you get it through the Humble Bundle, the game's called Influent. When you get it through the Humble Bundle, you get to choose one language pack to go with the game. Because apparently, I can't remember, there's at least a dozen different languages you can learn with this game. But you can only pick one language pack through the Humble Bundle. So I picked Japanese just because it has a lot to do with gaming. And, the occasional anime I like to watch and stuff. It'd be cool to pick up on some of the words on my own.
Yeah.
I did that, and then the new game that I played, it came out last week, maybe it came out in February. Is Shiftlings. Do you guys know anything about Shiftlings?
No, I can't say I've ever even heard the name.
Heard of it.
So it's a puzzle platformer, in the 2D, sort of like the Lost Vikings, the setup for the game is that you're these two aliens, and they're connected by a long tube. And one of the aliens can be fat and be bloated with air, and the other one's little. So what you're doing, trying to solve all these puzzles, is you're switching the air between one to the other. But you're always connected by this tube, and the tube can't be severed. The smaller guy can fit into certain areas. The smaller guy can jump on the bigger guy and bounce up to get to certain areas. So, I mean, that puzzle games always have that one mechanic that's a little bit different. And in that game, it's that, those two aliens working together to bounce on each other. And because the one bloated with air weighs a little bit more, he pulls the other one. Like if he falls off a platform, the little one goes with him, and vice versa. If the big one's standing on a platform and the other little guy falls off, he'll just hang there, held by the bigger guy.
Kind of like Thomas Was Alone.
A little bit, yeah.
Some thing going on.
Yep. The game itself it's all right. It gets pretty difficult towards the end. I got kind of frustrated. But the best thing about the game is the setup for it. And I really like this for a puzzle platformer. It's you're these two aliens that don't realize that they're on a reality TV show. So the game is introduced as if it were a TV show, and there's like a host who says, "Oh, our two alien friends are trying to do this, this, and this. Let's see what happens." So everything's narrated, which kind of makes sense for that kind of game, because if you die, he'll make a annoying joke or something like that, or if you're really screwing it up, he'll kind of give you a little bit of a hint. But it all comes together very nicely, and I think it works very well for a puzzle platformer.
Cool.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's a fun game. Probably not going to make any lists, but I really love puzzle platformers, so I don't know if I'd recommend it to a bunch of people, because it's not, other than that new mechanic that's not in other games, there's really not much to go on. But I did beat it, by the way.
Well done.
Hey.
Yeah.
You said it was called
Shiftlings.
Shiftlings?
Yes.
All right. I will add it to the list.
It's pretty good. I think it's is it a PS4? I played on PC. It's on one of those consoles. I don't think it's on both.
Corey, Will, and I have been sitting here getting a kick out of the video you got going in the chat right now.
What is it?
Subway.
It's some guy just taste testing a lot of different stuff,
Great. I might actually watch these
making
later.
funny faces.
Nice.
Right now, he's doing the Little Caesars bacon wrap crust deep dish pizza, which Jake in the chat says is fantastic.
I kind of want to try that, even though I know it's gonna make me so sick.
It's got to be great.
Yeah.
That does sound great. Did you see the name of his show, though? Let's see if I can...
I did, and I can't remember what it was called.
Damn Drops.
Damn, it's Damn Drops.
Super official food reviews.
He's been through the new sub at Subway. He did D'Angelo steak and cheese, and now we're on to the deep dish pizza.
This guy's a legend.
He said it's over baconed. I don't think that's possible.
No, I don't think so either.
Anyway, got a little sidetracked there.
Okay. Is that how you play, Corey?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll take a quick break and be back with our feedback and question of the week right after this. I gotta pee.
Damn Drops.
I'm gonna watch this YouTube video.
You're gonna watch it right now. Actually,
I wonder if he makes a living off of this. This video has almost 800,000 views.
was it really?
Yeah. Crazy.
Damn Drops.
Okay. We'll take a quick
Get
break and be
wrapped
back
deep
with
dish
our
pizza at Little Caesars. But my bacon wrapped
Which one
deep
should we
dish
watch?
pizza from Little
Let's,
Caesars
well, I'm
is the
interested in his thoughts
All
on the new
pizza should have
Subway.
extra crispy bacon sprinkled on top if you want to wrap your pizza
great.
in bacon. Little Caesars, needless to
brilliant.
say,
Really,
they
it
did
is.
a 5 all day, son.
Oh, Corey, didn't
Food
he
film, as always, if
do
you
one with
enjoy-
the Subway, the new one? Oh, Turkey Italiano, is that it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Esurance was born online.
This guy adds before his videos.
Which saves money. They settle claims quicker, which saves money. They drive an Alzheimer claims clear. which
You
saves
can
money.
book him. Oh, he has a gaming channel.
Save money,
What?
Which means when they save, you save. Click or call.
For $4.59, you too can grab up Subway's new Turkey Italiano 6-inch sandwich.
Who gets a 6-inch? Get out of here, Dame drops.
Cowards, that's who.
Yeah.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, she made me Dame drops back in with another. Super.
Every time we go, Sophie's like, "Do you want to just split a foot long?"
No, you can't.
No.
Listen, man. Before we
I don't
get
know.
there-
Do you want to be single?
Asking me a question like that.
Well, if you're following me on Instagram, that means you've seen the new studio over the weekend. And if you're not following me on Instagram,
He has a
that means
gaming
you did
channel.
not see
Oh, does he?
the new studio over the weekend. So if I were you, I'd probably follow me on Instagram so you can see what the new studio looks like. But right now, you're just looking at the interior. Now let's get it popping. So I definitely had to slide the Subway, see what was happening. I seen on the window they had the new turkey Italiano. As you see, I have it on toasted wheat bread. Bust that wide open. You see the bread game. Nice and light.
Bread game.
Mad slices of pepperoni. On the 6-inch, looks like she hit me off about, three slices of pepperoni.
That's great.
Have some salami. Bang bang. We have turkey. I'm just trying to lift it up so you can see the action.
So it's a
I need you to
spicy.
see
It's a
the
BMT
action
with
right
turkey instead of ham. Is what it is.
there. No, you're looking at it the right
It
way.
is.
And we have crunchy water, salt and pepper, and Subway's new
Crunchy
vinegar
water.
bread. Oh, on top of some provolone cheese that has been nicely melted. You probably really can't even see it, but it's melted in there. Hooking up the hood bib just so I don't make a crazy mess. But let's go.
Hooking up the hood, babe.
Let's get up in there a little deeper. Let me hit it one more time. I'm really trying to get knee deep up off in the meat. I really am. For all the meat that's on this particular Subway, the pepperoni, the salami, the turkey, it's still a nice light bite. And it's almost as if it's missing something, and we're gonna get to that momentarily. It's not like the salami over.
All right.
That's fantastic.
That's really good.
Andrew Hammond got another win tonight, guys.
Dame drop.
Yeah.
Craig Anderson and lost a couple days ago.
2-time. No, they ended up beating Calgary. I was gonna say twice, but
Yeah.
The Hamburglar.
who knew? A mediocre Bambton goalie would be the success in Ottawa.
Yeah.
Has Laner still been out with an injury?
Mm-hmm.
Jeepers.
Florida won. Ottawa won. That's good. That's
Aston
good.
Did Edmonton play?
Yes, they did. They lost to Pittsburgh 6-4.
What about Arizona?
They were winning. Were winning when I saw.
1-1 against Chicago.
They
Come
almost
on.
got the better in Nashville the other night
Come on, Blackhawks.
with their ECHL goalie.
What's the matter, Dan, with Nashville?
They're I don't know. They're done, I think.
They lost Ole Jokinen.
And that was when they started being crappy. And I don't. Obviously, he didn't contribute that much, but maybe he was a locker room guy. You know, I don't know.
Well, the stats guy on Puck Daddy seems to think that Nashville's just been better than
Yeah,
they really should be.
They weren't that good to begin with. Were just overachieving.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says about Calgary too.
There's ways to do that, though. I feel like you can, I don't know, you can be an overachieving team.
Yeah, it's all about mentality. That's what they're talking about today in the American Wyshynski with Calgary. It's all mentality.
Dan, you're beating me 9-2.
It'll be the first win I've had in a few weeks.
Handed me my purse.
No, I beat Chris last week, but it was because he didn't have enough goalie stats. We would have tied.
I don't think.
Was last week I got 2 shutouts, I think,
Oh, did you?
against Val.
Oh, nice.
I don't think. I got to really shut out Justin if I want first place in the division.
Don't worry, he'll get a shutout the last second, so you lose like he did with me. These food videos are killing me.
I'm so hungry.
Me too.
I had a bagel.
I didn't eat supper.
Oh.
I got to go upstairs and eat when I get done.
Oh my god.
If Taco Bell wasn't so far, I'd go.
Let's go.
No, I'm not gonna go. go. It's the opposite direction.
Yeah,
I'll go.
You go.
when you're used to
I'll
only
deliver
driving.
it back at my house.
When do that.
When you're used to only driving like 2 or 3 minutes anywhere you need to go,
Especially when it's cold out.
that 5 minutes is a long ass drive.
I have to go 20.
Oh, fuck that. What is this guy doing?
Who?
I don't know. He's cutting up his ice cream. So
you
food life hacks.
get little toothpick things.
All right, ready?
Is this like some healthy thing? Because if it is, I'm not interested.
I don't know what this is.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody, to episode 190 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in our feedback segment, which I will get started here. First piece of feedback is from Facebook from Derek in Chicago. Says, hey guys, I've been following for about a year now and always love the podcast. It's great for going on runs or when I'm playing something a little grindy like Diablo 3 or Destiny. By the way, I'd love to play some Diablo with Will or see you guys hop back on Destiny. Anyways, my question is about Dragon Age Inquisition. I was curious if any of you, especially Dan, got the DLC. Saw the game has been popping up on sale as both the regular version and the deluxe package with all the added content. Any feedback if the DLC is worth getting? I'm also a completionist, so I know this will just add a larger list of things to do in the game. Thanks, guys, and keep up the amazing work. I also submitted an answer to the question of the week through the site, Derek from Chicago. Well, welcome to feedback.
Yeah. Good
Glad-
to have you, Derek.
Glad you like the show. Wants to play Diablo 3 with Will.
Yeah, I got to get my battle net. I know it's Will Murtha, but I don't know the number because they make you do
Well,
numbers.
I don't know if he means PC or PS4
Oh, yeah. I have a PS4 and
or
PC.
Xbone.
I'm gonna get it again for PS4 at some point.
Just let me know what you have it on, and I'll be
Game's
ready.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Dragon Age Inquisition. I have not gotten the DLC. I did just reinstall it. But I had I cleared the hard drive off my computer and put in a solid state drive for the operating system, so I needed to reinstall everything. I did that last night, I think, and I just fired it up briefly today. I haven't done anything with it, but I will check up on that.
What is the DLC? Isn't it just little things? There's no like DLC adventures yet, is there?
I don't know. I think a lot of it is the multiplayer stuff.
Oh,
The
right.
DLC. I have no experience with the multiplayer. I don't. But Dragon Age. It's a great game for a completionist. You'll get a lot of hours on it. Yeah, if you can find it for sale, it's definitely worth a buy. I know I ended up liking a lot more than both Corey and Eric. So yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, I will check into the DLC and let you know what I think about it. I'm sure they'll have, if they don't, obviously they don't already, but they'll have different like quests and stuff added in later. I guess the multiplayer is good. I just never had any interest in it. It seems interesting, but
We should try that one of these days.
yeah, you're right. We should. I agree. So yeah. Welcome,
Yes.
Derek. Email from Valerie in Illinois who says, hey athletes, sorry for the delay in feedback. I kept meaning to send you an email for weeks. This is mostly a follow-up to your new 3DS episode. So I had wanted to buy a new Nintendo console for a few months prior and almost bought a Wii U back on Black Friday. I grew up as a Nintendo kid and wanted to get back into their exclusive titles. Plus you guys fanboyed about Nintendo all through last year and it had me thoroughly thirsting for some. I decided to buy a new 3DS XL with some tax return money. I did not pre-order, so after work on that Friday of the release, I called around to the local Best Buys and Targets to see if there were any left. There was only one red 3DS left at the Target that was about 30 minutes away from my house, and they could not hold it for me. I rushed there, arriving about an hour later with the excitement of a kid on Christmas morning. I was so nervous I had my hopes up to find out that I'd missed buying the last one in town by a few minutes. But thankfully, I was able to buy it. And possibly may have broken some other kid's heart that arrived minutes after me. I will note that this is the first handheld console I have owned. I played the old DS Lite back in college when a roommate had it, so I was at least familiar. First, I agree with Eric that the actual system looks sleek and sexy. I have relatively tiny hands and was worried the XL would be too big for me, but it has been okay. I've had problems with accidentally hitting the power button with my pinky, though. Have any of you had this issue? Fortunately, I did not experience any setup issues, but I also did not have to transfer anything since it was a new account. I've been playing mostly Mario Kart 7, Super Smash Bros., and Zelda Link Between Worlds. I must say, this one might end up being one of my favorite Zelda games. I love the picture concept where Link can merge into walls and surfaces. I'm a nut for puzzles, so I like this added dimension to use when solving levels. I've bought Majora's Mask, but I am waiting to finish Link Between Worlds first. In regards to actual 3D, I find it looks fantastic. However, I cannot play with the 3D on all the way. If I have it on at all, it is maybe 25 to 50%. I get headaches and I find my eyes get tired if I play with the 3D on. I tend to boost the 3D during cutscenes, though, and it looks fantastic. I know Ryan and I was looking forward to playing Monster Hunter 4 and the new Harvest Moon coming out soon. I'll probably try both of these titles as well. Overall, I'm glad I went with the 3DS versus the Wii U, besides being the cheaper console. I'm enjoying cheaper game prices over the normal $60 we are all so accustomed to now. I'm also enjoying being able to travel with the system from my house to Ryan's relatively simply, and found an inexpensive case that makes carrying all the little components easy. Thanks for the free content, and get out of my feedback. Valerie in Illinois. Any issues with pressing the power button while you're playing?
No.
I have not had that either. I also haven't had any issues with ejecting the cartridge, Corey.
Did you try tapping it?
No, but I don't know that I would do that during. I guess I'll try it tomorrow if I remember.
Try it. I mean, I don't know if it'll erase your game or anything like that, but just try like flicking it with your fingernail, just a couple times.
Okay.
See how much pressure it takes to actually to have the system think the game card was ejected. It doesn't actually eject the game card.
Do you cradle the bottom with your pinky or something? Is that
I don't remember how I discovered that it was very sensitive.
Okay.
I think I bumped it with a finger, and that's what reset it.
Okay. Yeah,
it's not something that happens regularly. It doesn't happen as much as me ejecting the cartridge on the 3DS XL.
Okay.
When I had that issue, it's not as bad as that. I just noticed it by mistake, but now that I notice how sensitive it is, I'm wary.
Yeah, a lot more careful with it now.
Yeah.
The 3D. She said she usually has it on between 25 and 50%. Pops it on for cutscenes and stuff. I actually have been playing with the 3D off. I find that if the way I play, because I usually play it during the day when the kids are farting around on something. If you are looking up from your console constantly, from the 3DS constantly, and going back down like I do. The 3D takes a second to readjust. Mm-hmm. So I end up just turning it off because it annoys me to, because I'm constantly looking out for my system for it to, reset itself. So I've been flicking it off. And if I'm sitting down and I know I'm able to play like for 20 minutes or whatever without needing to look up from the system, which is not very often. Sometimes at night I can do that. Then I'll have the 3D on, but otherwise I've just been playing with it off too. Because I can't even describe what it does. It just looks it's all like
it's weird.
Yeah, like I said, if you're looking up constantly from the system, it's that's when it becomes an issue. And I don't remember having that issue with the normal 3DS. I don't think it did that for me.
I had a hard time getting my eyes to adjust in general to the older one.
Yeah.
So did I, Corey. I think it's a lot better.
Yeah, that's why I always just turned it off. And now I either have it on all the way or off all the way. Most of the time I have it on all the way just because the games I've been playing recently I think look that much better with it on.
Oh, Monster Hunter looks way better with it on.
Mm-hmm. Ocarina of Time, too, looks fantastic with it.
Okay. Nice. Let's see. Where was I? Oh, she's glad she went with the 3DS over the Wii U. Cheaper console, cheaper games. Yeah. It's a good buy, and it travels easily. The Wii U has a lot of stuff, which makes it so it's not as easy to travel with because you gotta get the system, obviously the plugs, but it also has the sensor bar and the tablet controller and any other it's a lot of stuff to carry around. So
I hope she bought a charger with her new 3DS.
I'm sure she did. She said she has a case for all the stuff that goes with it. So I'm assuming that means probably the game cartridges and the charger and whatnot. So. So thanks, Valerie.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid card. All right. Idaho Jake says, "Hey guys, I got my power supply and video card on Tuesday, and I installed them. And holy shit, Skyrim looks amazing. And then after going through mods and finding the best ones that work for me and work together Skyrim looks like and plays like I am playing a remastered version of it on the PS4. I love the Xbox One controller because all I had to do was plug it in and bam, it works for all the games pretty easy. I recommend that if you're going back to Skyrim, spend the money to get what you need to run it well on PC or even laptop. It is beautiful, no glitches and load screens that take 1 to 2 seconds. Okay, I tried the 3 free games that PS4 came out with, and I really like Ali Ali 2 and the Counter Spy, but I haven't tried Valiant Hearts. Now, 2 questions for you guys. Are you guys going to get Rock Band? I am for Xbox One because I heard you get all purchased songs, and I have tons on my 360. Oh, that's cool. All of your purchased songs transfer over into the new one?
Yep.
That's
I
awesome.
did not know that.
I didn't know that either. Next, now we have new console devices. Which is your favorite controller, past or present?
Well,
I think I still like. I think I like the Nintendo 64 controller the best out of all of them.
I was a big fan of the Xbox 360 controller,
360 controller is very, very solid. Yes.
but I think I like the PS4 controller the best. The DualShock 4 is nice.
Yeah. I'm really digging my NVIDIA Shield controller, especially if you're doing like PC gaming and stuff on it, because it's on the layout of a Xbox 360 controller with all the buttons and stuff. So it work because the Xbox controllers all work with PC so easily. All the buttons are essentially the same, but it's also got the mouse pad on the bottom. It's got a volume rocker on the thing, so I can change the volume on my tablet without having to push the buttons on it. So I think I'll end up using that on my PC too instead of my 360 controller, which is kind of beat at this point because it's years old.
Run its life.
Yeah, it's
My 360 controller didn't last for shit
yeah.
for my PC.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you had
it
one.
died pretty quick.
Yeah, I've had that one for probably 4 or 5 years.
Wow.
And I've used it quite a bit. And the thumbsticks are a little worn, but I think I like the Nintendo 64 controller the best. That was kind of the first one with the joystick on it, and a lot of good memories with that controller. I like how weird shaped it is.
Slap the rumble pack on the back.
Oh, sure. Throw an extra 5 pounds on it.
Yep, it was good stuff. What about you guys? Will, favorite controller?
I mean, I really like both the new consoles controllers, but for past ones, I would probably say GameCube and 360. Probably my favorites.
Yeah.
What about you, Corey?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite. Favorite to use?
Yeah.
Probably the 360 just because it's versatile with my PC.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I haven't really used the PS4 or Xbox One controllers very much.
Yeah. I like the PS4 controller minus the bad thumbsticks,
Yeah, those are bad.
which I replaced on mine. With
Although
Xbox
the
One.
fucking Xbox One thumbsticks, even though they're better, they're too small.
Yeah.
My thumbs slip off there all the time.
Yeah.
And I hate it.
Yeah.
I swear it's at the worst times too when I'm playing
Oh, yeah.
FIFA.
Yeah.
Those
It's-
slip off and ugh.
It's when you need to connect on something and you slip.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that's it for feedback, right?
I kind of liked the big keyboard Xbox controller, the first one.
The huge one.
Oh yeah.
The moon controller.
I really like that until I got the Xbox controller S and used that one, especially playing Halo. Like, realized how much slower you were using the big controller. So you'd always make new people play with the really huge controller, and you played with the smaller, tighter controller.
Sure.
But you're right, I did like it. It was kind of cool.
You remember playing Tekken on the old PlayStation controllers where
Fuck.
you tap with your finger, almost like an arcade stick?
I learned that trick from Graham, and that's why Hwarang was so useful, because
Yeah.
he was so easy to use, and just tapping like circle and X, you just reel off like a 6-kick combo. And I didn't know what the hell I was doing, but it worked. And that's why Graham used to get so mad at me.
Those controllers, you felt like you could snap it into if you put enough pressure. Well, Tito broke one, didn't he? Wasn't it Tito that broke one?
Yeah, because I remember I was surprised because Tito seems so even keel.
Yeah. That's right. Well, even keel dudes are prone to video game anger.
Sure.
Even me. I playing Hotline Miami last night. I was swearing up a storm.
Really?
Oh man, I was getting.
I always get a
frustrated.
kick out of it when you swear. I'd love to hear that.
I don't do it that often.
No.
I do not swear very much.
When
but
you said cockhole earlier, I got a good or dickhole, whatever it was. I
think it
chuckled
was-
to
I
myself.
think it was dickhole.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Corey, question of the week.
Last week's question of the week was, you are the CEO of EA. What studio do you buy just to shut it down? And this was inspired by EA shutting down Maxis after its many years in service.
Yeah, after probably being the reason Maxis needed to shut down. You know? First one's from Travis. If I was made CEO of EA, I would buy Square and close them down. The reason I would do this is because I would then own all their IPs. First thing I would do is completely remake Final Fantasy VII from scratch. The fact that Square hasn't done that is crazy. It's almost like they don't really like money. That's really all I want in life. Well, besides my kids being super successful in life, but I also want a Final Fantasy VII remake very badly. Then I'd greenlight a 1080p version of Final Fantasy 12.
I like that.
Is the PC version of Final Fantasy 12 1080p?
Is there a
I think
PC
it is.
version?
Yeah, I bought it. I bought it in the fall, I think, or maybe from Steam winter sale.
The Final Fantasy 12?
Yeah, it just came out on PC not that long ago.
See, I've
I
been
don't know
playing the disc version on my computer. The PlayStation. I have the
Oh.
PlayStation disc, PlayStation 2 disc.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah. Buy out Square and take over all their IPs. That's a good way. Good way to go.
I don't
Remake
know.
Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
I think
They have to be real careful with Final Fantasy 7. I think. I agree. I would love to see a remaster or remake of that with modern tech and stuff. But you have to be careful with that one. That's a beloved game.
I think they said when a new Final Fantasy outsells 7 is when they do it.
That'll never happen. I don't think.
I think that was them saying it'll never happen.
Maybe
without saying it.
Well, maybe 15.
15's getting a lot of build up.
It's getting good press.
That's true.
Everybody, I guess a couple of the podcasts I listened to got to play it this past week and said it was awesome.
Yeah. I wonder if that counts all sales because I just
This is the one.
just rebought it on computer.
I'm gonna
Final
get
Fantasy
it.
7.
Mhm.
So
I don't know, man. So many people had that PlayStation console, and Final Fantasy VII was an early, maybe
They-
if not a launch title, correct?
Yeah, I don't know.
It was early. And that was
Yeah.
like all there was to play, if I remember correctly.
I'd like to see the sales figure because it just came out on Steam a couple years ago. I'm sure they had to sell a few copies on there. And did it come out on something else too?
It's coming to PS4.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Yep.
Oh yeah, because people were mad that it wasn't.
Yeah.
They felt like
re-release.
Sony was trolling them
Eh.
or Square was trolling them.
Final Fantasy VII sold 9.8 million
That's not that many.
on the PlayStation.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of a lot.
The next closest that I see, Final Fantasy 12 sold 5.2 million.
Wow.
That's the next closest for the PS2.
Right. Okay, so that's a fair amount of copies. I wonder if they're along those lines. If they're saying something has to outsell Final Fantasy VII, if they mean all the copies sold to date, or if just
A lot like
back on the PS1.
pretty lofty goal
That was a lofty goal.
to get that.
Yeah, like I said, I would love to see that too, but they really have to be careful with that one. If they screw that up, they're gonna get a lot of hate.
Could you imagine?
No, that would be
They
quite,
could only get hate. I feel like
that would be quite the shitstorm. I
Leave it
think.
alone.
Yeah, leave it.
Yeah, that
Actually,
that might be something better to just let it be.
yeah. I played briefly on PC. It wasn't. I bought it through the Square Enix store. I haven't played the one I bought on Steam. It was before it came out on Steam. I bought it from the Square Enix store, and it had nothing but problems with it. By the way, with all their account garbage and stuff that they were doing, and yeah, like it really looks old and feels old. But after you play it for like an hour, you don't even think about it anymore.
That was my experience too.
Yeah, you don't notice. You just get used to the older graphics and stuff. So good stuff.
Because they're bad.
Yeah, shockingly bad.
Because that was like the game for graphics then.
Yeah.
Then you go back to it, you're like, holy crap.
Yeah, this does not hold up well. But
Oof.
then, like I said, you forget about it.
Yeah.
Pretty quickly. So, Idaho Jake says I might try and shut down Ubisoft, but I would keep the studio that makes Far Cry, and I might go after the people who made Thief. Thief was Eidos, right?
Yeah. They also did Deus Ex.
Yeah, that was Squeenix, not Ubisoft, right?
Who?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was published by Square Enix.
Yeah, that did Thief and
Yes.
and Deus Ex.
Mm-hmm.
Revolution was Squeenix. Yeah. Keep Far Cry, but close everything else down.
That was the same thing I thought.
Is anybody gonna play Rogue?
Oh
Nope.
no,
I'm thinking about maybe getting it.
It's supposed to be good.
Yeah.
it's supposed to be good because it's like Black Flag.
It's on my wish
Which is-
list.
Yeah. I have Black Flag on PC that I got when I bought my graphics card last year. That I keep meaning to go back to. I want to go back to
fucking
it.
love that game.
Yeah.
We should split it.
Rogue?
Rogue.
Yeah.
How much is it? It's 40?
You know what? I don't think that's a game you can share
What?
because of Uplay.
Yeah, you're right, Dan.
I don't.
I can give you my Uplay account.
That's a pain, because then I won't be able to log back into mine.
Really?
I don't know what my stuff is.
Yeah, anything with like third party DRM,
Oh God.
Steam and home streaming for, or Steam family sharing rather.
Good thing you brought that up before we did that.
Yeah, that would have been a nice surprise.
I'd have been very mad.
Funny for onlookers.
Stupid Ubisoft. Derek in Chicago. I would shut down the developer King who put out Candy Crush Saga. I looked through their list of other games just in case this one was an obnoxious fluke, but I don't think the world will be missing out on much without them. Derek, I couldn't have said that better myself. I hadn't thought of them as one that I would buy and close down, but that's exactly who I would buy and close down. Because not only they have Candy Crush Saga, but they have 5 or 6 other Saga games that are exactly like Candy Crush Saga. That are just, it's throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks.
And the nerve of them to go and sue the Banner Saga.
They threatened to sue Banner Saga because they were trying to trademark the word saga in video games. Like they're
I
the
hope
first,
they burn.
I do too. Like they went like public. They're an IPO now, and I guess their stock was just tanking big
Good,
time.
the fuckers.
Yeah.
Them and what's the other big mobile one? That's just
Zynga.
Zynga.
Zynga's-
Downhill.
too.
Whatever happened to our Zynga pitches?
Oh, we got to revive that.
Yeah,
we
that
do.
was a reboot.
That's when we're clever.
Well, they don't have anybody of talent working for them. They copied Candy Crush Saga from a couple other games. They adapted it. They made something popular, but they're like no one plays those games for more than Candy Crush Saga is still popular, but once the next best thing comes in, they're just going to tank because they can't make anything interesting.
Well, they can have talent, and the way they do that is by just paying people out the wazoo. But they
Right.
can't do that if they keep losing money.
Right.
But that's what
I-
they tried to do is they were just poaching talent.
That's what Zynga was doing, right?
Yeah.
That didn't help them.
Nope.
Right.
Nope.
Because ultimately, what was Zynga's big game? Oh, they copy games from other people too. Weren't
Yeah.
they?
With
Wordsworth
Friends.
Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that
they-
was the premise of Zynga pitches.
And they bought the Draw Something people.
So-
OMG Pop.
So yeah, your whole company strategy is to copy someone else's game.
It's
Part-
like a way shittier Blizzard.
Yeah, but you're right, kind
You're
of.
right.
I guess.
King and Zynga were the first two that popped in my head
Oh.
with this one.
King. Blah. Blah. At least Zynga has like a couple different game types, but all of King games are the same thing essentially. They have Farm Hero, Saga, Candy. It's the same thing. It's horrible.
Farm
yeah,
Hero?
I mean, Zynga has Castleville and Chefville and Farmville.
I know, but at least they have Words with Friends, which is a different type of, they have. I would even consider playing Words with Friends. I would never.
You guys just give Will a minute to download Farm Hero.
Are you downloading Farm Hero Saga right now?
It's got a pretty good rating.
I'm sure it does.
4.5
Yeah,
stars.
because there's a lot of housewives out there that are just nuts deep in it.
Over 2,000 reviews.
It's true, Eric. I know very well a woman, a Long Island woman, stay-at-home mom who spends a lot of money on these kind of games.
Perfect
People
example.
are insane.
We did a contest at work. The person that raised the most money for this charity won an iPad. So she won her iPad today. And first thing she says, "Oh, this will be way better to play Candy Crush on than my iPhone."
And they try and justify it. It's
just
like, well,
give me that.
it's like, well, why do you do that? And then she'll say like, well, I mean, I could wait, or I could just, spend a couple bucks and do it now. And I was like, yeah, but to what end?
Yeah, but why do you need to do it now?
I don't know.
Go do something else.
I don't know. It's just weird because I can never put myself in that place where I could understand what they're trying to explain to me. I
Yeah.
just don't.
Yeah. I mean,
And
yeah.
And to them, it makes perfect sense.
You try to be empathetic and understand, like like you said, their situation and why they would spend.
I don't try.
I can't do it. I cannot envision a scenario where play something else. There's a million of those stupid free to play mobile games. Just play something else while you're waiting for your Candy Crush time to re-up or whatever.
Tiny Tower.
Yeah, I've been playing Tiny Tower.
South Park has a perfect episode on mobile games. You should watch it if you have any interest in the gaming industry,
I've seen that one.
because it's perfect.
Do you guys want to hear the name of King's games?
Yeah.
Pyramid Solitaire Saga, Diamond Digger Saga, Papa Pear Saga, Bubble Witch Saga, Bubble Witch Saga 2,
Yeah, I think those are all like Candy Crush Saga.
Farm Hero Saga, Pet Rescue Saga, Candy Crush Soda Saga, Candy Crush Saga.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of sagas.
Nice. I think Banner Saga should sue the shit out of them.
Yeah, really.
it's insane. But anyway, that was a little tangent we went on. But I hate mobile gaming with a freaking passion. And I know I shouldn't, because there is some good stuff out there, but
That's
it's,
why
it's stuff like King and Zynga that ruin it for me.
you hate mobile games.
Yeah, I do.
Not
The only
mobile
ones I like
gaming.
are the ones that I like are generally the ones that are ported from other things. Like Hearthstone is good, probably the best mobile game you'll get. I like The Room. I don't know if that was ported, but I think it's on computer now.
I
But
think it was originally mobile.
yeah, but in that it's mostly crap.
I played one called Leo's Fortune that I liked.
Mhm.
But yeah, for the most part, Dan, I get one and I uninstall it within 10 minutes.
Yeah, most of them aren't worth playing.
They're boring.
Yeah. Anyway, Funkmaster Beat in Bergen, Norway says, I'd buy Sega and finally put Sonic the Hedgehog to rest. It's sad, but someone has to put Sonic out of his misery. It should have been done years ago while we still felt good about the series. Also, since I already own Sega at this point, I'd put all that Battlefield and Dragon Age money into full-blown sequels of Shenmue and Jet Set Radio. It would probably bankrupt EA too, but I wouldn't be too bothered, actually. That's interesting. Shenmue. I would love to see another Shenmue game. I really liked my brief time with Shenmue 2.
I never played it.
Neither am I.
It was cool. It was a very cool game. It was like a lot like Sleeping Dogs,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
but probably not quite as refined as Sleeping Dogs. It was like an early Sleeping Dogs. It was on original Xbox.
okay.
It was good stuff. It had the good hand-to-hand combat and kind of open world.
I seem to remember a lot of mini games. Am I making that
Yeah,
up?
it's vague. I mean, we're talking. When did I have it? Probably 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, probably 12 years ago when I had that on Xbox. Jet Set Radio. Play a little Jet Set Radio.
Never played that one either.
That was
It
a cool
looked.
game.
It always looked interesting.
Yeah, I like I think it had like cel shaded graphics and stuff.
Yeah, something like
It
that.
was very cool looking. But I agree. I feel bad for Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't. Do you think they'll be able to ever revive
No.
Sonic?
Sonic's, like he said, he's got to be put to bed.
Yep. I could see a future for Sonic in other games like Smash Brothers, stuff
was-
like that.
I was just gonna say that.
But
Has there been another example of a character who was sort of beaten to the ground and then revived? Well, Tomb Raider.
Tomb Raider, yeah. I don't know that Sonic has the range though that Tomb Raider has.
That's true, but I mean, people are always going to look back fondly on Sonic. I think all it will take is one good game.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. They have to do it right though.
I never really got Sonic personally.
I liked the old original Genesis Sonic games. They were cool.
Yeah,
But other than that, like, I haven't had any interest in playing a Sonic game after that.
Yeah.
So, Will's too young.
Poor Sonic.
Isn't
Oh,
Sonic
I've
in
heard-
Smash?
Yeah.
Sonic isn't Smash. I heard the
It's his only decent outing.
Sonic!
That's what he's best in.
I heard that the most recent Sonic All-Star Racing game was really good, and a lot of people like it better than Mario Kart, which I say bullshit. I think they're just people trying to get attention.
Those are the people who want to hate on Mario Kart.
Yeah, but it's still supposed to be like a pretty good racing game, I guess. But I didn't play it.
Is that on the Wii U?
I think so, yeah. Because I think that's where people are like, oh, it's better than Mario Kart. Me, me, me. Bullshit.
Now I need to test.
No, you don't. It's not better than Mario Kart. I can tell you that. Anyway, Corey, what's your answer to the question of the week?
It's not a very good answer, nor is it ever for me. But I'm pretty. There's not too many things I think are wrong in gaming, but I guess the one I would go to would be EA and what it does with sports games. That's the one thing where I'm just like, that's not
Corey,
right.
you can't shut my FIFA down.
I don't want to shut it down, but I don't know. It needs to be changed. Like it's not right to come out with a $60 game every year for each of those sports and not support the other ones.
Are we talking about shutting down or changing?
Well, the question was for shutting down. I would like to change it, but that's the only thing I can think of that I'm like, that needs to stop.
So you're saying shutting down the current business model of releasing a
Whoever's in charge of doing that.
Yeah, new sports game.
In the hopes that somebody else would do it better.
Okay. What would you like to see specifically?
I don't know. I mean, we've talked about it a lot. Just maybe maybe you sign up for a subscription or something that gets it for you every year and it's less money. Yeah, or just, one game for 2 years even, and they just keep supporting it for those 2 years.
Yeah, like like you said, do a game every 2, maybe 3 years. Have like a $5 or $10 roster update before the season starts.
Yeah,
I think that would work.
It's just this cycle of they'll come out with something and the next year they'll add some more features, the next year they'll add some more features, and then the third or fourth year they'll make a big change to the physics or something and then rip out all those features that they had just so they can add them again in the next game, and it's just that cycle over and over again.
You mean NHL 15?
Yeah.
I was an idiot.
You picked that one up, didn't you, Will?
That's the one I decided to re-enter with.
Yeah. It's not right.
No, you're right.
They need some competition in there. 2K needs to make NHL games again and NFL games.
And that's all it would take. That's why I had the idea for the women's football league, for somebody to have a license with that league and make a game, and has a little bit of charm because it's like the women's football league, but they could make an awesome football game out of it.
Yeah. I mean, my favorite football game in years was the 2K5.
It's a great game.
Yeah, it was only $20 too when it came out.
Yep,
which was crazy.
Eddie George, unstoppable in that game.
Yes, he was.
And you know what happened the next year?
Yep.
EA got the exclusive license.
And shut it down.
And still have it.
Yep.
It's too bad.
Bastards.
What about baseball? Is 2K still doing a baseball game, or is it just MLB The Show now?
MLB The Show is the big one. I know that there's going to be RBI baseball. I don't know who makes that. but it's not on par.
Yeah.
Not much baseball going around.
No, baseball doesn't translate that well
No.
to video games.
Baseball
And
Stars did it right.
so did Ken Griffey Jr. baseball.
Oh, Griffey Jr. ball was great.
Yes, it was.
Baseball's the arcadier ones, I think,
Are more fun.
probably the best way to go about that.
Yeah.
I mean, how fun was like NFL Blitz,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
NBA Street?
And at least with soccer, they have the Pro Evo. That they have that floating around in the
Yep.
background. Like obviously, it's not as popular as FIFA, but it's there.
FIFA Street was really good too.
Mhm.
Like, so you got some options there, but
Yeah.
there's not any options with the other ones.
Yeah.
But MLB Show still seems to be pretty good every year.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into the baseball stuff, but
Right. Okay. What about you, Will? Who did you shut down?
As I said, my first two thoughts were Zynga and King. I also don't like Rockstar games at all. That's a very unpopular one, but I don't like their games.
Yeah.
I'd be
Yeah.
all right with that.
And I'd be out of pure hatred and spite closing them down.
Yeah.
Sorry, Rockstar. I know you're people. But that's it for me.
Okay.
Be
What
Rockstar.
about you, Eric?
My thought was Ubisoft, like Jake.
Yeah.
The studio that does Assassin's
I'd
Creed.
take Assassin's Creed down.
That was my initial thought too until King was brought up, and that would definitely be
Although
my choice.
I'm
over-
pretty butthurt about Halo Master Chief Collection.
343.
Maybe 343 needs to be brought down a notch or completely cancel Halo 5 outright. Yeah, I'll go with that one.
Okay.
343
343 getting shut down.
fuckers.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
Just to kill Master Chief or to give it to someone else?
No, let's just be done with it. I'm sick of it.
No more Halo?
I'm not interested.
Halo 5 sucked.
That's too bad.
Not interested.
Yep.
343. You're all fired.
Blew it.
Yep.
You had it by the cojones, and you blew it.
They had it by more than the cojones, Dan. They were up there. They were up the urethra, just right hold of it.
Oh man. Okay, Corey. What's the question of the week for next week?
So I recently watched Groundhog Day, which I pretty much do every month, at least.
Nice.
It's a great movie.
It is a great.
I think it's made its way into my top 10, maybe top 5 movies of all time.
Respectable. Corey, I'd like a list of your top 10 movies.
I'd have to rethink it. I mean, it used to be movies like Braveheart and I forget what else was up there, but like those action
Yeah.
stuff. But I think it's changed quite a bit.
You are bored one day.
I'll think about it.
All right.
I'll think about it. And it got me thinking, if your life was like a video game in that you could respawn if you died, and you'd get infinite tries at something you failed at, what would your day be like? How would you live?
Oh, man.
That's
That's thought
a good one.
provoking. Okay,
It's a good one.
that is a good one. I'm gonna have to revisit that later. I'm gonna have to write down my thoughts on that one. I'm not just gonna be able to come up with something.
Yeah, I
real
know.
quick.
I'm just going to make sure that did I hear that again between now and next week.
We'll try and tweet out the question of the week.
Well, it's always up, thumbstickathlete.com/QOTW.
Yeah, but the tweeting will remind us that we have to think.
Yeah.
You know.
Sure.
Okay, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Okay. Our Facebook page is facebook.com/thumbstickathlete. Our Twitter feed is twitter.com/TSathletes or at @T S-athletes. Our website is www.thumbstickathletes.com. Our question of the week thing is on the side there. There's a little banner like someplace on the right-hand side that you can submit your question of the week answers, or thumbstickathlete.com/QOTW. Right, Corey?
Yes.
We need intros for the episodes. You can leave us a voicemail at 607-527-0547. You can leave us a voicemail that way, or you can record one on your own and email it to us at thumbstickathlete@gmail.com. So thanks again, Miguel, for last week's intro. That was awesome.
Did we have one for this week?
No.
Yeah.
So
I wanted to pull some Hotline Miami footage like I did for Dying Light, but I don't think there is any voiceover.
no, there's
trailers.
voiceover, just the awesome music.
Yeah.
Great music.
Is really good music. Yeah. Next week's episode, possibly on Codename Steam, but I don't think so because I think I'm the only one getting it. So I'll probably just talk about it and what we played, and we'll come up with a different episode topic for next week. So that'll do it for episode 190 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement. Dunsky.
Runtime?
2 hours and 38 minutes.
Jeez.
What's wrong with that?
Even
That's
when
perfect.
we move quick, it's long.
That's what she said.
I'm happy if we get in under 3 hours.
Did we?
Just because, yeah, we're 2:38. Just because of the bandwidth limitations. Not last month, but the past few months, we had almost hit the cap.
I'm going to update the QOTW page right now.
Boy, forget.
Do we have a day for next week? Yet?
I don't think I have.
Top of my head, no.
I don't think I have anything going on.
I just, we're going to be at Sophie's dad's watching their dogs because they're going on vacation all week. So
I think I'm off Wednesday. Other than, I don't know.
I'll just need to know so I can figure out how I'm going to get here for it because I'm not going to do it from there.
All right.
Word.
Could ride a bike.
Is it far?
It's like a 15-minute drive,
Oh.
which is like a 2-hour bike ride.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. All right, I gotta check the
tired.
volume
Me
levels.
too, man. Fucking exhausted. Christy has to get up in the morning. She told me to set an alarm for 4:22 a.m.
Nice. What's she doing that early?
Just gotta work.
Oh,
6.
boy.
You know, women, they gotta get up early.
Got to get all gussied up.
Yeah. It's great. 'Cause sometimes, like, she has to work at 6 and I work at 8. She'll get up and she gets up in time to, like, do stuff.
Yeah.
So she made me, like, oatmeal and coffee and brought it up when I was laying in bed. And I was like, oh, this
Nice.
is fucking great.
Nice.
Is that Marlo?
No, that's Max. He's a pain in the ass sometimes about going to bed.
I love sleep.
Kids don't appreciate it.
They will. Nap time is one of my biggest regrets from kindergarten. Just abused it. Didn't
What?
Sleep.
What was the episode called, Corey?
I just put it as Hotline Miami, but if Ori's in there too, add that.
Okay.
When you do it though, Dan, I keep meaning to tell you this and I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
If you're doing a slash, do like Hotline Miami 2 space slash space, then whatever.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes a difference in searches, but just to break it up so it's not all one word.
Okay.
I'm going. I'm gonna pass out.
Well, I stupidly shut my computer down and now it's installing 24 updates.
Gotcha.
So I should probably still be sitting here tomorrow morning, Dan.
It's a lot of updates.
Will, Mom sent me a text blaming me for the septic. What were you doing?
That wasn't me because me and my friends had this conversation in high school about to never do that. So I learned that.
Well, who the heck was it?
I don't know.
It wasn't me. I swear on my life.
I blamed you immediately because I
Oh
thought
my
it was.
god!
Wait,
I
what
know
happened?
Mom thinks it's me too.
No, she gave me the talk too.
She told me it froze.
Well, there was that, but they. I'll turn the
Was there
stream
something-
off.
Was there something in the septic?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it
Condoms?
Yep.
immediately.